There we go. Hopefully.
Did you fix it?
Hopefully you can hear me now.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, like.
This is what happens when you leave me alone for 5 minutes. I break all tech. So hopefully that that has actually worked. So hello to everyone that's popped in. I can see Dave. Obviously he's in the chat and he's obviously helping me with the stream. And I can see Karen as well. Oh, you can't stay, but you're watching Hunted with Sophie. Oh, enjoy your evening. But yeah, I am here on a knitting stream, so if it doesn't interest you, I can completely understand. Feel free to chat about whatever you want in the chat. Quite happy to talk about anything really. I'm mega tired today, and yeah, I've been drinking quite a bit of coffee and trying to catch up on sleep. We dropped off Hannah at school this morning at 4:30, so I only had a couple of hours sleep last night because I finished her packing at about 12:30. For those of you that don't know, she's actually on a trip to New York, so she still hasn't landed. We've been waiting for like little alerts, but she lands our time at about 10:45, so we're hoping to hear from her. So yeah, it's been one of those strange days where you're walking around the house and you're like, I know someone's missing, and it's really such a weird feeling. We've been fussing over Zara like so much today, which I'm sure she's enjoying, and Zara's not too well either. No, she's Virgin Atlantic, I think she's flying with. But yeah, she's Hannah was just like really excited this morning, but she's going to be so exhausted because she's been travelling since like they left this morning at 4:45 on the coach, and they've taken them down to Heathrow. Now Manchester is like the nearest airport to us, and because it's cheaper to fly through Heathrow, they've taken them from late, so they set off this morning at 4:45 and they got to Heathrow this morning at about 10 something. She told us that she was at Heathrow, and then yeah, and then she didn't fly until like 2 this afternoon. But yeah, she's just waiting to hear from her really. It's really, really strange. They just went into administration, yeah. Oh dear. Right, anyway, I'm going to get on with a bit of knitting. How has everyone else's days been today? Have you been out like sourcing, or I think Dave, it's your birthday, isn't it? I believe you're visiting your mum. But yeah, what have you guys been up to? Like I said, I've been trying to catch up on some sleep. And not really been able to actually get any sleep done, if I'm honest, because I don't feel very settled, because I haven't heard that she's landed yet, and obviously I'm not going to hear that she's landed until she actually blooming lands. So you know, I need to stop panicking about that and just, you know, just get on with it. She's fine, she's in safe hands and all of that. But Zahir's got like this tracker on his phone, and he keeps going, look, she's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. But yeah. Wow, that's an amazing amount of steps. Did you know what? How many steps have I done today? I've done 8,102 steps today because I am tired. I have not really moved much. I actually watched that, like, it's really bad. Zara wanted to watch like a movie this afternoon, and she goes and chooses a Christmas movie. It's February and she chooses a Christmas movie, but I love Christmas movies anyway, so we still sat down and watched it. Oh, see you, Dave, thank you for joining us, thank you for popping in. Oh, you had a family day out, George. That sounds cool. And the food shop as well. Oh, I don't, yeah, I don't like food shops. Well, Zahir was actually saying that he's going to start trying to do it online now, because we have more of an idea of what we like to eat every week, like what we regularly want to eat. because we have been like on this, I say we're meant to be on this diet, right? We've gone really off track with it, and we keep eating way too many carbs, but we're trying to kind of lower our carb intake, right? So we were trying to eat a lot of meat, some salad, and just cut out like the bread and pasta and things like that. And well, hello Ash. Yeah, but yeah, really hate doing the food shop, so much so that we actually end up pretty much going nearly every day, because we did start off really well and doing like a whole proper like weekly shop, and then we've just fallen out of the habit of it, and we seem to be going back daily again, which is a bit pointless, because you end up wasting more money that way, because you spend way more. I know, that's the things here. I know. Had McDonald's today. That's not low carb. I see Ash starting on C already. He's not cool enough to be here, is he? But no, yeah, food shop. Oh man, it sucks. I really don't enjoy doing it. I want it over and done with as soon as it started, pretty much. Like, yeah, don't enjoy it. Really don't. Yeah, Zahir, you do know who, is it Housie? Or not? Or am I saying it wrong now? Is it Halsey or Housley? I don't know. And Zara corrected us, like our youngest daughter, she corrected us on how we pronounce it, because we think we're really cool by listening to like all this cool music, but it's probably like not that recent. We're always like about 5 years behind when we listen to music. Like Zahir listens to some rap music and it's already 5 years old, and he like acts like it's like the latest thing. But yeah, that's my little bit of a moan. But yeah, I'm still really liking this pattern on this scarf. Still liking. You don't even know who that is. I know, that's the thing, right? It's probably she's like, isn't she like I don't know how to describe her. Is she like a singer that's like relatively recent? I haven't even like googled her really. We've just listened to a couple of her songs, and that's it. We walk around like we're down with the kids. And Zahir winds up the girls constantly with like the sort of music, particularly when it comes to like Little Pump. George Ross says, here's a boring grown-up question. Where do you do your food shop, and how much do you spend on average per week? We shop at Aldi. We have done for the last few months really. We've only changed it up. We have tried shopping there before, but like the checkout system really bothered us, because they were like so quick, and there's not much space to do your packing. So what we noticed is a lot of people end up just putting their stuff back in their trolley and then sorting it out afterwards. But if you can like arrange your bags in your trolley, you can actually just, you know, sort out like packing at the same time. So yeah, we go to Aldi. That was the reason why we stopped using them, is like the checkout bit. How much do we spend a week? I don't know. That's a tough question. We were yeah, see, I think when we went weekly, we did like a really big shop, and it come to about 100 and something, but then that lasted us for about, I would like to say about 8 or 9 days. So that was pretty good actually, because by the time like you cook up stuff and you've got leftovers and stuff like that, you don't necessarily have to cook every day, like if you're that organised. But when we do a regular shop, yeah, Zahir's right, it's normally about an £80 shop. But yeah, but Aldi's pretty good though. We do enjoy Aldi now. It's like one of the cheapest places to get your food shop, and the quality is not all that bad, and they do like their, you know, you can get like your regular brand there, although it is obviously more expensive, but you can also get like your normal like cheap stuff as well, which is good. And you do have to kind of, the thing is sometimes you can't get everything from Aldi though, like because there's like, when I do a roast I like doing like the sausage meat, like with the like stuffing balls and things, and I end up always having to go somewhere else to go and get the sausage meat because they just don't stock it after Christmas. So I wouldn't really class it as like a Christmassy kind of item really, like stuffing, you know, stuffing balls, but you know, apparently it is. You're pro at the checkout. You need one bag for heavier things, one for soft, one for... See, that's like proper organised. We just, do you know what, when we get to the checkout, if our bags are in like the trolley and all set up, we just dump it all in the bags. It's not even separated. There's no difference between where the raw meat goes and anything like that. It's just, it just goes in whatever bag is there and has space. I like to organise the shopping, and this is where me and Zahir are a little bit different. I will sit there and like when you've got the time. So when we were shopping, because we used to shop at Asda as well and Sainsbury's as well, but Sainsbury's is like really expensive. I've always found that Sainsbury's like really expensive, and so I have a problem with the way Zahir packs bags because he just dumps it in, and like there's like all, you know, heavy items squished with soft items, mainly like the bread. Yeah, it's like who puts like tins and milk in with bread and squashes the bread. Yeah, and so I've forgotten where I was going. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Yeah, see, we've started doing that now, George Ross, having the bags all set up so that in the trolley, so that you can just do it. But yeah, so here just puts it anywhere. There's no organisation to it at all, and we've always got like one bag that's just completely full of like the heavy stuff as well, especially if Zahir's doing it. Yeah, it's set a routine for the shopping day. I only use Aldi for carrots around Christmas. Oh dear. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm trying to drink coffee. My coffee's actually gone cold. It has gone cold, actually. Not a good coffee. But oh well. We will still drink it because I will still drink a cold coffee. I don't drink cold tea though. That's one thing I can't do, is drink cold tea. Oh, okay. Well, you never know. It might still, like, if she gets quite a good discount with her staff discount, because I used to work at Booker's, right, and which is cash and carry for those of you that don't know, and it we used to get staff discount, so we used to buy all our meat and some of like some of the frozen stuff from there as well. So we used to buy like chips and some burgers and things like that, like naughty takeaway stuff that you fancy, and that you can make at home to stop you from getting a takeaway. That was the idea. I don't think it ever worked, but that was the idea of it. But we used to actually get a fairly decent staff discount at Booker's, so we used to buy all our meat and stuff like that from there because it was in bulk and I used to get a decent discount, which made sense because at the time, you know, when we were going to like a regular butcher, you know, meat can be quite expensive. So yeah. And yeah, I no, completely agree with Zahir there, because the meat at Aldi is like really good. It's good quality, but the price is really cheap as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, our Aldi's not that far actually. We could walk. I'm not sure it's a 10-minute walk. It might be a little bit longer for us, but it's like really. I say it's longer. It's probably about a 12-40 minute walk from us, so that's not bad. So you can get a number of steps in as well. Oh, you sometimes get 10%, sometimes 20%. Okay. Buy a lot of chicken. Yeah, the chickens. The thing is, if you buy like the breaded stuff, so here does this all the time, but he always makes sure it is like a decent percentage within the chicken, because some of their like breaded chicken isn't like all proper, like yeah, you know, like they do like the reformed stuff, if that makes sense. But yeah. Hang on, have I just, no, I haven't done that. I'm just trying to keep on track with my knitting, because the other night when I was streaming, I had knocked the pattern out and I had to unpack it, and luckily I only had to unravel like a few stitches really, but I really hate unravelling my knitting once I've done it. But I noticed where I went wrong. Yeah, I did get tired of eating steaks here. And I'm still a bit tired of eating it. I still don't really feel like having steak. And you go to Morrison's but still get meat and fish in Aldi. Yeah, I have to say their prices for the meat in Aldi are really good. Really, really good. Oh, you do home bargains for the cleaning bits. Ah, okay, that's interesting. No, mainly because I love cleaning stuff. So here I tell you how excited I get when I buy some cleaning stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go that way. Hello, Carmel. Yeah, do you know what, I was meant to be on at 7:30, but I was struggling with the stream. It wouldn't let me go live on YouTube for some reason. It kept letting me go live on Twitch, which is fine because I don't mind it being streamed onto Twitch. But Zahir had to help me out to try and get it all working. But still not convinced that it's completely working. It was working fine the other day when I'd done a test stream, but thank you for coming in and saying hello. Do you know what? Yes, Carmel, I have bought wool from Aldi, and I don't know if I've got it to hand actually. I think it might be downstairs in my knitting bag downstairs. But I bought, like, you know, last year they were doing like the pom-pom wool. I bought some of that from them, and I bought some other stuff as well. And I've noticed that they've got another batch of wool in at the moment, and I was like eyeing it up the other day when I was looking around, but I've got so much wool at the moment I can't really buy any more, because the thing is with me is I will buy wool that I really like and then I've got no clue what I'm going to do with it, and then what normally happens is I don't end up like buying enough wool depending on what product project I want to do. So I need to kind of be more in the habit of knowing what I want to use the wool for before I buy it, so that I'll buy enough. And the thing is, you never want to buy too much. I mean, last time I bought the pom-pom wool and I've actually made like a cushion out of it, and I've still got another set that I'm going to be making another cushion out for the girls. I was making them for their beds, so but I have to show that, but I haven't got it to hand. But yeah, I do normally. I have bought some wool from Aldi. Sirloin steak, rare, with salt, pepper, thyme and a bit of butter when frying. Yeah, Zahir makes a really good steak, he really does. It's mainly with like salt and pepper, I think. I don't really get involved in the steak cooking, but I'm sure he does like it with salt and pepper, but it's really, really nice when he makes it, because it is good. Okay, I was decreasing there. I got to pay attention to this row, because in this row I am gonna make a mistake if I don't pay attention. But I am going to try and talk at the same time, because that's what we're here for. What's this pink stuff everyone raves about? I don't know. What's the pink stuff? But yeah, I do like buying wool from Aldi. I also buy like I tend, like if I want wool like right now, like if I've decided like I want to start a new project, I normally just go to Hobbycraft. But if I can be patient, I normally buy a lot of my wool online now, just because you can get some really good prices. There's some really good websites out there where you can actually get some decent prices on your wool, because wool can be expensive, especially if you buy like good stuff. It can be quite expensive. But to be fair, when I go to Hobbycraft, I normally look at like not all the time actually, I was going to say I look at some of their budget wools, particularly if I'm doing like the sock knitting stuff. But then I have knitted like some socks in like a cotton, and that was really nice to knit with actually. I really enjoyed that. Oh, the pink stuff, the clean stuff. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to find out. Hi Marcella. I'm not sure whether it goes bad or too old. With some wool, if it's been previously knitted with, it can, like, say you're buying like someone else's stash, so if you go to a boot sale, like, because I have bought wool from boot sales as well, what you've got to be wary of is like if the wool has already been unravelled, which means that someone could have already kind of knitted or crafted with it and just unpicked their work and then rolled it back up into a wool. That can be a little bit like fiddly to knit with, but I don't think I've ever found anything that's like that I can't use. But yeah, I would say not that I know of. Thank you Deal City for popping in, and thank you for your comment about the vlog. I've heard of the I have heard of Udemy, but I haven't looked into it at all. I don't know why I've heard of it, but it really sounds familiar to me. But no, I haven't thought about well, I say I haven't really thought about it, but I do hope to do a few tutorials on YouTube about the basics within knitting, but it is quite literally, it will be the basics, because you know, although I've been knitting for a long time, like I was taught by my mum when I was about 12, so I've been knitting like on and off for approximately about 25 years, I would say. But I've, like, when I say on and off, like I kind of started knitting when I was like a little kid, teenager, then stopped knitting, and then when I had children started knitting again, and basically I just knit whenever I can in my spare time. So, and I'm pretty much like when it comes to patterns and techniques and things like that, I have like learned off of people on YouTube, off the internet and things like that. So but yeah, it is something that I would consider doing, but yeah, more maybe on my YouTube channel, but I might look into it. I don't think I've missed anything. No, I think I'm up to date in the chat. I think I'm coming down with a cold. Zara's really, she's got this cold at the moment. I was gonna say she's like really ill. She's really suffering with a cold at the minute. She woke up Friday morning with it, and she is suffering a bit today. So we did watched movies and chilled out in front of the TV this afternoon, which was cool. And she's been suffering this cold, and I'm getting like this itchiness at the back of my throat. I have got water up here though, and I've got a coffee, which is cool. There you go, Claire Plump. That's thank you for confirming that. I wasn't sure whether it actually yeah, I wasn't sure whether it was still okay, but yeah, I've never known wool to kind of be awful, but it's good to know about acrylic. Acrylic can go bad, because I do knit with acrylic sometimes. The thing with knitting with like this bubble pattern, it's really easy to kind of try and stay on track. If I can try and show you, because you're lining up your pattern, and those are my bubble really bits there, and you're lining it up like there, so you can tell when you're out. So I can see what's coming up by just having a quick look at my knit. That's why I keep looking at it, because I know I'm chatting and I'm going to end up like just going off track with it. But yeah, but I don't know. What's everyone doing this weekend? Is everyone just chilling out? I think Zara's obviously off on hi DBG, thank you for popping in. Zara's on half term now. Hannah comes back on Wednesday, which would be really cool. I'm back at work on Monday, so I plan to just chill for the next, well, today and tomorrow. Today's been pretty chilled, other than obviously dropping Hannah off this morning. Yeah, normally, yeah, Claire, normally when I do have unravelled, like when I've had wool previously that has been used, after a wash, so I probably do it the wrong way. I would knit with it, and then after it goes in the wash, it normally turns out fine anyway. Yeah, I don't think acrylic will. Whenever I've knitted with acrylic wool, and if I've gone wrong that badly, like as in I've had to unravel it a number of times, I normally have to kind of cut that section, because it doesn't always turn out very well, and like rejoin the yarn back up, because it is a pain. It's a pain when that goes wrong. Because I've had it before where I've started like a number of times over and over again with acrylic, and it just goes into like this this mess that's it just doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. Yeah, I'm still good. Sorry, I've gone a bit quiet now. Just trying to concentrate and get to the end of my row. Yes, it does need to go that way. So with this pattern, it's like a 4 row. It covers over 4 rows because obviously you're doing like your bobbly bit, and you kind of alternate it. Oh, you do the same, Claire. Yeah, do you know what? I don't normally bother like soaking it before knitting it. I will just knit with it and then soak it afterwards, and it normally turns out fine. I don't normally have an issue with it. Are we back? Yeah, we go back to creasing. Oops. I'm going to try at some point to get like a camera. You're watching me while I'm knitting socks. Oh, I love a bit of sock knitting. You can't go wrong with a bit of sock knitting. Problem is I start them quite often. I think I've still got a pair on the go actually that I started for Zahir and I haven't finished. Yeah, I start them, and you can like cover quite a lot of knitting. Oh, you DVG, you knit as well? Oh, I love a bit of knitting. Yeah, pretty much. I was taught by my mum when I was 12, so pretty much on and off all my life. I kind of put it down for a bit when I was like late teens, and then when I had the kids, then that's when I started again. Oh no, I bet that's not true. I'm sure you're a great knitter. I'm not the best knitter out there, to be quite honest. I do it because I enjoy it. Yeah, I kind of messed up on yours, didn't I, Zahir? Like when I knitted your first lot of socks. Yeah, but I think that was because I had the tension too tight at the top. But yeah, I do enjoy a bit of sock knitting. It's really nice to be able to sit down in an afternoon and do something like that, because you can actually get quite far on your project, and you actually feel like you're actually achieving something, like it feels like I've been knitting this scarf for like ever. Okay, I started this will make you laugh actually. I started this in the summer, towards the end of summer last year, and I'm still going with it. And it's not just the scarf, I have knitted the hat as well. So I knitted the hat with the same bobbly pattern, and then this is the scarf, and it just feels like I've been on it for ages. But the thing is, I don't like knit like every single day, so it's not like I sit down like all the time to do it. So, and that's why it probably feels like it's taken me so long. And plus knowing that that's when I actually originally started this, thinking, oh yeah, I'll knit it and it'll be in time for winter. No, it wasn't. But hey, it'll be ready for like next year, or this year. But yes, I'm just at the end of the row, and I'll try and catch up on a bit of the chat, because there we go, because I can see so no way, I've never sold any of my knitting before. I enjoy knitting. Hand knit socks sell for 25 on eBay. That is crazy. I've never sold any of my knitting before. Has anyone else sold any of their knitting? Marcella, checking to see if Twitch stream quality is any different. Do you see one chat thread, or do you have both windows open and read both chats? I have one chat thread. I'm using Restream because I can go live on Twitch and on YouTube at the same time. So what that means is I've got a separate chat box where I can actually see both chats. So on my screen I can see like if it's a Twitch chat that's come through, or whether it's YouTube chat that's come through, but it's all on the same screen. But yeah, used to do sewing, patchwork, hexagon, about as crafty as I get. Nan did show me basic knitting. Oh, do you know what? I've got like sewing books, like, and quilting books, right? Because when I go to the boot sales in the summer, there's one thing that I love picking up. Is the quality on Twitch way better? Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, I love picking up like craft books from the boot sale, and I picked up like all this like a couple of quilting books last year, and I've had a read of them, but I've never actually gotten into actually trying and starting a project on it. I do want to do it. I have got a sewing machine, but I just, yeah, haven't gone down the route of actually trying it. I sold 10 mermaid blankets a few years ago at Christmas, but it nearly killed me. That much knit. See, that's the thing I have with it, is that is the time that it takes to create like the items, and I'm not sure that I would be able to do that on a regular basis to actually make a decent amount of money out of it. I mean, because the thing is, like, if you buy decent wool, and I mean if you've knitted for quite a while, you'll have a bit of a collection of different size knitting needles and all of that stuff, so that expense doesn't really come into it. But some wools can be really, really expensive. I remember knitting like a jumper for myself a few years back, and I think I ended up paying about £30 or £40 just for the wool alone. And then obviously you've got to put your labour costs into that, like at the time that it's taken you. So I'm not always sure whether it's like whether it's a easy thing to kind of do when you're doing your hand knitted stuff, and it depends on whether people would actually be willing to pay the prices that, you know, yeah, the prices that you'd want to charge for it, really. You've been knitting for many years now. I've never used a knitting machine. It was great seeing a video you did when you picked up the knitting machine up from the power boot. Are they easy to use? Do you know what? With the knitting machine, I remember my mum had one when I was a kid, and we used to try it and play around with it, although she was, you know, she didn't want to have the kids playing around on a knitting machine, mainly because we'd probably mess it up. But yeah, with the knitting machine, it was kind of like, I use YouTube a lot to actually learn bits and pieces. So I've found a tutorial on YouTube that was really brilliant and easy to follow, just to be able to kind of prove that it was working, like just to be able to test it out. But yeah, it was once you kind of understood like the basic of it, it was really simple. So much so that if I had the space to have a knitting machine at home, because I would love a craft room, it would be awesome to have a craft room. I mean, I've got this space that I use. It's kind of like I suppose a little office, which I normally use for my eBay, although I do have some of my craft bits up here, and I've got my sewing machine and like material and stuff that I keep up here as well. But yeah, I would love to be able to have it set up so that I can have my sewing machine set up, a like knitting machine set up, and just have like a stash of wool as well. I might as well just open up like a wool shop where we can just do craft all day. That's what I need to do. There you go. Twitch is 2 seconds faster apparently. Ah, is it? You've never had a sewing machine. Never sold items before. Makes for family and friends for birthday and extras. See, yeah, that's very similar to myself, Claire. I've knitted for family. I've knitted for, well, mainly for my family actually. So when my eldest sister, when she had her kids, I knitted a few bits for them. When my sister-in-law had her first child, I knitted like a baby blanket for her. So yeah, I do. I knit for the family, absolutely. Yeah, exactly, Carmel. It's the amount of time that you put into your work. It's not just necessarily like the cost of the materials. It's actually your hours that you put in as well. So it's really cool. Oh, and thank you, Marcella, for the follow on Twitch. Yeah, they really are. There's a lot of some really awesome like patterns and things like that you can achieve with knitting, and they really aren't appreciated. There's like so many like lace detail patterns that are fantastic. I really love like patterns where I suppose it's like the cable stuff, but you can do like all different kind of stuff. But yeah, I love that sort of stuff. No, I didn't. Was it in Insta stories? Because I don't always catch the Insta stories. But no, I didn't. Sorry, my throat is dry. I needed a drink. But I haven't been marking down my stitches on my paper, so I know I've only done 2 rows, so, which is terrible. But no, I would, yeah, a craft room would be amazing. I just got convinced to hear, in the next house we go to, I need a craft room. But he'll be okay as long as he gets like a gaming room. So, you know, we just have to like just kind of compromise a bit. Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. You think she put a post in? Oh, Zahir, are you messing with me? I should do a stream about the amount of buttons I've got. I have got tons of buttons. I've even got buttons in the front room and downstairs in the cupboard downstairs. In the downstairs bathroom. Yep, I put buttons and stuff in there. Because it's got all my sewing bits and pieces, like to hand stuff that you want. There's a woman who knitted all the attraction along Great Yarmouth seafront. It's amazing. Really? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I love buttons. I've got a big box of them like here, like right next to me, and then I've got I think a small box downstairs and then two small boxes downstairs. But yeah, I love buttons. Do you know what he always, yeah, he I know when he's joking. That's why he mentioned the buttons, because he knows how much I like them. The thing is, right, I try and show him and I'm like, oh wow, look at this one's really amazing, this is so cool. And he goes to me, are you actually ever going to do anything with those buttons? And I'm like, yeah. I haven't done yet, but I will eventually. If people like me watch knitting, then it stands to reason they would enjoy seam buttons, needle collection. Do you know what? You know what? I know what you mean. Because I think when I did a video ages and ages ago on the reselling channel, that one of the videos had it was the one where I was sorting through buttons, and that actually has got quite a lot of views. I was actually really surprised when I looked at it. I was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. And that was about, when did I do that video? About a year or two ago now. And that was just me sorting through some buttons. So I can understand that, Zahir. But yeah. And anyway, Zahir, I know you're just waiting for me to finish my stream so that you can get on. You're waiting to go and play some FIFA, aren't you? I think that's what you're doing anyway. Or are you actually playing FIFA and you've got this on your other screen? Because you could be doing that. Oh, I've messed that one up. I don't want to end up with too many stitches because I've knitted into the same stitch twice. Oh, you're not playing FIFA, so you're just sitting and hanging out in the stream. Yeah, I can't blame you for being tired. I feel really tired as well. Like I said earlier, I've been trying to catch up on sleep today, but I only managed to get like 2 hours before we had to drop Hannah off to school this morning. And then when I come back, I only slept for maybe about 3 hours when we come back and dropped her off at school. I just could not drop back off to sleep. I was like worried like anything. And then this afternoon I managed to get about an hour. But yeah, I know, Zahir, I'm tired too. You should do a vitals check on Z pre and post playing FIFA. Put that in the graph. Oh my goodness. Do you know what? I was listening to him playing last night, and I actually wondered why he still played that game, because he gets so mad at it. I mean, I think when he used to play it, I think it was 2014 that he used to play FIFA, and he used to get like really angry at it then. But like when I heard him play last night, because with Fortnite he doesn't really get that angry. Okay, he gets a bit frustrated at it, but with FIFA he really does get angry. Yeah, so yeah, I completely agree with you there, Marcella. I really do need to check on him. And the thing is, I don't think he's ever had his blood pressure checked. Like, I don't think he's ever had his blood pressure checked. Not that he's told me anyway. And he probably does have quite high blood pressure, because he does get like redness in his cheeks sometimes. Oh, Hannah is now over. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Noka? Oh, okay. I'm not even gonna try. Nova. Okay, yeah. You know how bad my pronunciation is here. I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, that's good to know. I can't wait to hear that she's landed, to be quite honest. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I was debating whether to come on stream anyway today because I feel tired and moany and grouchy. I wasn't feeling the best. But yeah, I need to know that she's landed and she's back on the solid ground and not up in the air. That's what I want to hear. That she's landed, that she's on the ground again. I don't know why. I'm just really just want to hear that she's arrived safely. That's what I want to hear. And the thing is, they've like, I don't think they've allowed their phones on the plane. So we last heard from her this afternoon at 2 o'clock, and she was so excited. She sent us a little selfie of her at the airport, which is really cool. But yeah, oh yeah, Karma, I know she's gonna be fine. But it's just, it's so far away, and she's like 16. It just feels like she could be on another planet. That's how far away she feels. She feels like she's so far away from us right now. And Ash says his blood pressure is probably over 9,000 based on the amount of salt he gets from Fortnite. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, it probably is. You're right. Yeah, it probably is. Oh, I'll pause it here. But the thing is, he really loves games like so much, and he's not like I was gonna say he's not like a really bad player, but he's it needs practice. Because the thing is, when he plays and he's not very patient, he runs in all the time, and he's like, he'd rather just run in and get killed than, you know, play safe. So, but he just needs to play a bit more. He needs some practice. But I remember when he was streaming like Fortnite like all the time, and it did seem like he was getting better. Well, you watch Ash on 1v1 you, and yeah, Zahir, you do love games. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, you do love games, but you are a little bit terrible at them. But I will say, like, you don't play loads. You only play when you're streaming. You don't tend to play much on stream. Although with FIFA, you have been playing a bit of FIFA today. Oh, well, thank you, DPG, but I am definitely old enough to have a 16-year-old. Yeah, no, me and Zahir, we had Hannah when we were 21, so yeah, so I suppose we were quite young parents, but yeah, she's yeah. And Claire, the waiting is hard, but it won't be long now. I know how you feel. My son is 16 when he went to Denmark for 2 weeks with college 2 years ago. It's really tough because the thing is, I know she's such a sensible girl. She is absolutely such a sensible girl. I know that I can trust her like fully. I mean, and I do trust her because she, you know, we do leave her at home. She looks after her 13-year-old sister. Well, they both hang out together, so I won't say one looks after the other more. But she does. She looks after a younger sister because she'll make food for her all of the time and stuff like that. But she is such a smart, sensible girl, and I know I can trust her 100%. But it still doesn't make it easy because it's also like she's growing up. You can see her turning into like this real young lady, and I'm so proud of her. and I feel like she is, I couldn't even believe she wanted to go. But yeah, it is hard. And do you know what, as soon as I know that I've got the text and I know she's landed, you know, I'm going to be fine. And then I just need to, you know, I know I'm going to miss her, but I know I'm going to see her on Wednesday night when I get home from work. So I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm going to see her Wednesday. Ash is winding up Zahira a bit, I think. I want to make your blood pressure worse. How about Game of Rock, Paper, Scissors instead? Do you know what, Ash? It'll probably still frustrate him. Oh, you had your first at 22, so in the same boat really. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought me and Zahira were quite young to be having children. We met when we were 18, and we had Hannah when we were 21. So yeah, we did have the support of people around us, but I do think they thought we were a little bit young to have a child. But yeah, yeah, it's all good. I'm pretty happy. She's turned out well. But I'm biased. But yeah, where am I? Okay, so let's start on a good note and not mess the pattern up. That'll be good. Oh, you were with James for 8 months when you fell pregnant. Yeah, I mean, me and Zahir, we don't go into great detail about it, but because we're in a mixed race relationship, there were a few issues with both sides of the family. Initially, we had to work very hard to, you know, get it to work with both sides of the family. It wasn't easy, and I think that's where some of the resistance came in. But yeah, we don't talk about it much, if I'm honest. And why have I got like about 10 stitches there? Oh no, that is right actually. I was just looking. But yeah, we didn't have the full support necessarily from the start from our families, but they've come round. I mean, me and Zahir have been together like 18 years now. So what is it? No, it's actually going into 19 years. Okay, I think I've messed up there. I'm gonna have to unravel because I think I got way too many stitches, and I think it's because right there I've messed up. So because this wall has like got two like streams, it's so easy to knit into, because it looks like I've got too many stitches, and that's what I was worried about. I was like, I've got too many stitches there because the pattern wasn't falling right. Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, we don't mention it much, mainly because like we've gone through what we have with our families, but we do, you know, we've worked hard on a relationship with both sides of the family, and we want it to continue because obviously the girls and stuff. So, but it was difficult. It was difficult to start with. Yeah, see, yeah, Ash, similar position, yeah. Me and my partner were kind of saying we've known each other since 6, but didn't date until 16. Had our first kid at 20. I won't change anything. That's the thing. I would not change anything about having the kids young. But yeah. Oh, no, DBG. I'm actually going to get off as well because I'm not feeling great and I want to go and spend a little bit more time with Zara before she heads off to bed herself, because I know she's going to be missing her big sister as well, and I'm pretty sure Zahir wanted to get on the stream this evening as well, although he did say he was tired. I'm sure he will get on at some point as well. So thank you everyone for joining. I am going to end the stream here. Thank you for coming out and chilling out with me for an hour. I will be back again Tuesday night at 7:30. I think I'm actually going to be, I think it's 7:30. I think I chose on Tuesday. Hopefully I will be on time on that stream, because it was a pain getting this to work this evening, but really so thank you for coming and joining me and chatting and chilling out, and I'll see you on Tuesday night. Bye.